Hey everyone, today let's know about some of the biggest historical mysteries that will probably never be solved. Let's start the video, but before that, I request you to subscribe to the channel and like this video so that I can bring more exciting ones like this. No matter how much we know about the past, there are still many historical mysteries that may never get resolved. This could be because relevant documentation or excavated items have been lost or destroyed. Other times, the evidence has been too vague to lead to any consensus. In the end, we might very well never find the answers, and these are just a few. There are a lot many more, which makes these historical questions even more intriguing. While many Christians celebrate December 25th as the birth of Jesus, he was likely not born on this day. The date was probably chosen because it was close to Saturnalia, a Roman festival that celebrated the god Saturn. Early Christians were never able to agree on a date when Jesus was born, which is why Orthodox Christians celebrate his birthday on January 6th or 7th. In the end, we will never precisely know the date of his birth. Philosopher Plato once told a story of a land named Atlantis that existed in the Atlantic Ocean. The people of Atlantis apparently conquered much of Europe and Africa, but the Athenians managed to strike back in a conflict that saw Atlantis vanish under the waves. No serious scholars believe that this story is true. However, some have speculated that it might have been inspired by real events that happened in Greek history. The Minoan civilization, who lived on the island of Crete until about 1400 BCE, could have inspired the story of Atlantis. In 1888, Jack the Ripper brutally killed at least 5 women in London. A number of letters, supposedly from the Ripper, were sent to the police, taunting them to find him. Whether the letters were actually written by him remains a mystery to this day. Over the decades, there has been countless speculation as to whom the Ripper actually was. However, it appears unlikely that his true identity will never be known for sure. Some speculate that Cleopatra and her lover Mark Antony were buried together in a tomb after their deaths in 30 BCE. However, the location of the tomb remains a mystery. In 2010, Zahi Hawass, Egypt's former antiquities minister, conducted excavation at a site near Alexandria. The location contains several tombs dating back to Cleopatra's rule. However, her tomb was not found. I have already made a video on this. If you're interested on Cleopatra's lives, you can always watch that. The Holy Grail is the cup that Jesus drank from at his Last Supper with his disciples. It has never been found and almost certainly never will be. Interest in it grew in the Middle Ages after stories about King Arthur described the search for the Holy Grail. Today, it continues to be popular in fiction, and it was even used in the plot of the 1989 film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Probably the biggest mystery in American history, it has ever or never been resolved to everyone's satisfaction. In 1963, President John F. Kennedy was shot in Dallas by Lee Harvey Oswald, who was fatally shot by nightclub owner Jack Ruby before his trial. There are some who speculate that Oswald wasn't the only shooter. Ruby's motivation for killing Oswald has also been questioned, but we'll never get the answers from Ruby as he died from lung cancer in 1967. So there's another mystery that has been unsolved and can never be solved again. The story of King Arthur has been told numerous times over more than 1,000 years. But if he really existed, it would have been a less magical reality. There are several sites around the UK that link to King Arthur, such as Tintagel, which supposedly was his home. However, excavations haven't found any evidence that he lived there or that he even existed. Ancient writers have described the gardens constructed in the ancient city of Babylon in modern-day Iraq. However, it's not clear when they were built or if they have even been existed. Until today, archaeologists who have excavated Babylon haven't been able to find the remains of these gardens. And as the region has suffered damages from wars and looting, it's probable that it will remain an unsolved mystery. In 47 BCE, Cleopatra gave birth to a son named Caesarion, whom she claimed was a son of Julius Caesar. Cleopatra named Caesarion as co-ruler of Egypt in 44 BCE. However, it's still uncertain if Caesar really was a child's father. He never acknowledged Caesarion as his own, and his friend Gaius Oppius even wrote a pamphlet denying that Caesarion was his. Well, that's it for today. I hope you're liking Nerdies discoveries. Can't wait for the next video to learn more and be fascinated about. See you on the next. Bye.